What's up out there, guys? I'm so excited. Thank you, everybody, for being up in here today. I can't believe that you're all here. It's absolutely incredible. And I'm just going to get right in here to it. So, today, this is what we're talking about, and it's pretty exciting. And that is being a part of a community that's really reshaping real estate. And what I mean by that is what we're doing at Real Broker. And hopefully, that's why you're here today. If you're here for the ice cream eating contest, you came to the wrong place. But what we're doing here at Real Broker for our agents is amazing. At Real Broker is a place where you have ownership. We're going to talk about that. You have an opportunity for multiple streams of income. We'll talk about that. And at the end of the day, it's a place where you can belong and join a group of people that are all headed in the same direction. And it's something that I love and I love sharing about. So let me tell you something right out the gate. You are one decision away from having an entirely different financial future. And that's something that I want you to hear that we're going to show you today so that you can see, not someday, not 5 years from now, but today. Most agents spend their entire lives working harder and harder and harder, but never building anything that lasts. And today I'm going to show you how you can change that. And this is the moment that you can stop living at the mercy of a brokerage. Not that there's anything wrong with your brokerage, but you don't have to live at the mercy of the brokerage. And you can start living as the architect of your future. And that's what Real Broker has done for me. That's what this platform has meant to me. I've been an investor. And so value, that's what I always look at. So let's get right in and let's look at some of this. So, first off, I want you to know a little bit who I am. I'm Josh, along with my wife, Rachel. We are the JRB Dream Team. We are active sponsors and we are active mentors for our agents. Now, how I came about being a real estate agent, and I think that's important because I'm going to talk a lot about numbers because I'm very much a show me the money, is I'm an investor. My wife and I, we built $1 million real estate portfolio and we did it in only 3 years. And Real Broker is a huge part of how we were able to do that. I like to tell people like this, it's not always how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. And if you've been around a while in this business, you know what I mean by that, that it's not how much money you make, it's about how much money that you keep. And we got our agents into making four different streams of income. So that's something I want you to kind of know. We're going to talk about the four streams of income, but we don't just help our agents close deals. We help our agents live a life of significance. And that's today, if I get excited, I nerd out on you, that's what we're doing here. And that's what it's so important to me. Again, you'll see JRB Dream Team there on your screen. I'm also the co-host of Dealmaker Atlanta, one of Atlanta's fastest growing real estate meetups, and also JRB Dream Team Investors. And my wife is the founder of Hustle and Homes. So we've got some pretty big active groups going on, and we got a lot of stuff doing it. And Real Broker has empowered us to be more than just agents. It's empowered us to not be in the room, but to be at the front of the room. So let's talk about why you may be here. Maybe you're working hard, but you're not building wealth. And I want you to understand there's a big difference between making money and building wealth. When I make money, it's here and it leaves. When I build wealth, it stays. And then every dollar I make makes me another dollar. That's an important difference between the concept we're going to go. Or maybe you're feeling stuck, like maybe it's a training situation. Maybe you're in an office and you've figured out maybe in your office, no matter how hard you work, your broker takes your best leads. Or maybe no matter what you do, you're on a big team, but you're losing large chunks, and you figured out that you might be getting 1,000 leads, but you got to close 20 deals just to get to the same commission that somebody else has. Maybe you don't have revenue share. Maybe you think that revenue share and profit share are the same thing because they're not. And maybe you're just here and you're just ready for more. Because let me be real, you're working way too hard to be stressed about money. Maybe you've mastered the grind, you closed the deals, you've learned the industry, but something inside you know that there can be more. And that's what this is about. Maybe there's a voice whispering to you that there's a better way. And that's what I want to go in here. And I want to tell you up front, we built all this, and I am not a 20-year licensed agent. I just had the tools, the systems in place to move faster, move quicker with great training and to move better. And I've got incredible coaches. And I think that's a significant part of the story. So it's your moment of decision. that can change your destiny. It's in these moments like this that can change who you are. It's what Tony Robbins said, and that's something that I believe. So let's get right into this. So first off, Real Broker is one of the fastest growing agents, fastest growing brokerages by agent count. We have 30,000 agents, and we ain't even been around a decade. 30,000 agents. We're a publicly traded stock company, REAX. That's important because in addition to just the scrutiny that we have with licensing laws, state, federal laws, we also are publicly traded, which means all the information I give you is put out for everyone to see. Um, I say we're publicly traded, but we're going to show you a little bit how you get ownership in that. Anyways, we're cloud based. I can close real estate anywhere I want from the power of my cell phone. In fact, everything I want from signing docs to training to networking to anything I need is in the power of the phone. I'm always amazed that agents feel like they have to go into an office to do what I can do from my cell phone sitting at a Starbucks. It's quite amazing. So we're quicker and we're more agile. And as an investor, I like that when my compadres are losing deals for their clients or for themselves. Man, I'm closing them right there. We have a $150 million stock buyback. Now, if you're into stocks, you know what that means. It means that as we go in value, we're buying back those shares so that the stock that I'm earning in the company is worth more. And that's an important part. We're going to get there. But there's just some things, again, just publicly traded information for you to know. Real Broker, $1.8 billion of revenue in Q3 of 2025, 30,800 agents. 172,000 transactions closed in just Q3. That's just one quarter of 2025. And we're in 50 states, 5 provinces in Canada. So quickly growing. Now that's important because I want you to know that you can design your life, whatever that looks like. Your life can be more than just closing houses. You could be building something bigger than just money that comes and leaves. So I want to talk with you really quickly about the ways that you can earn money at Real Broker. Let's get into that because I think it's the most powerful thing on the planet. Number one is commission. But this is the way our commission works. Now, if you're a brand new real estate agent, this may not make sense just yet. Just hang on. We'll get together. We'll talk more about that. But I know a lot of my agents that have been in the business know the power of these numbers. At Real Broker, we're an 85-15 split. 85-15 split commission. The industry average is way less than that, but I keep 85%. And I love that. Number two, a pre-cap plus an annual bonus. So we won't get into all of them, but I want to point out that we get bonuses in addition to that. Number three, stock award for capping. Now, here's the reason why stock award is important. Somebody says, why does that matter? Well, keep in mind that in a stock company, whoever holds the stock or holds the shares or ownership. So unlike other people who can't own their company, I own my company. And every time I close deals, I get more ownership in that company. My ability to make decisions, my ability to chart the direction of our company, I get more of that. And the people who close more deals get more ownership. But what's cool is there are stock awards, which are $150 of company stock. That's another stream of income, right? Like, I just want to point that out. Some people think that when you go to real estate, you have to walk away from 401ks. No, you don't. You don't. Not at least not at Real Broker. Number four, post cap annual bonus, another 10 to 15% annual bonus. Number five is Elite Agent Production Award. That's a high level. That's our level that when you hit this, like that's a big deal. Like first off, you've already capped. Did I mention that our cap is only $12,000? I don't know if I've got to that yet, but it's coming. Only $12,000. And once you reach the $12,000 cap, you keep 100% of your commission. Forget 85-15, right? When you do that and you go above and beyond, there's another level called Elite Agent. And when you get that, you get $16,000 of additional stock. Real estate investors, by the way, it can count as reserves for you when you're buying real estate. Whole separate discussion. We'll get there, but I get excited about it. Elite Agent Cultural Award. There's another $8,000 there. Culture matters at our company. Why are we all so positive and excited to tell you about Real? Not just because we're excited, but there's culture awards, maintaining positivity, mentorship, sponsorship, and doing it for free and charging no money and creating value for our agents. That's what we're about here at Real, to the point we incentivize it. There's a stock award for attracting new agents, 75 shares of company stock. And of course, revenue share, which is up to $4,000 per agent. And we're going to talk more about that. 8 things I just shared with you, and that's not even all of them, but there are 8 ways to earn income at Real Broker. Now, agent commission plan. Here's what I love about Real, and every slide I'm showing you. Notice how easy this is to figure it out. Some of you, maybe you're with another cloud-based brokerage, because some cloud-based brokerages out there are really hard. You have to follow this to here, to here, to there to figure out the way it works, but not here with what we're doing. It's pretty simple. It's right here on your screen. It's an 85-15 split. I keep 85%. It's a $12,000 annual cap. Now, if you're new to this, maybe you're just becoming an agent. That means once Real Broker has made $12,000, that's called cap. They don't keep any more of my money. Then it's not 85-15. I'm keeping 100% of the commission and will for the rest of the year. Let that sink in for the rest of the year. So for some agents, like you, what is that, 6 months, 7 months a year, you're keeping 100% of your commission. Notice that that cap didn't go up if you're selling luxury homes or you're selling $1 million homes or down. It's clear. It's easy. $12,000. Our transaction fees, people go, yeah, but what about the hidden fees? Thank you so much for asking. It's pretty simple. $285 transaction fee or 15%, whichever is less after cap. That's important because some of you know, if you're in another real estate company, maybe your company goes, oh, you keep 100% of your fees after cap, and then they charge you $1,000 to do it. Not us. It's $285 transaction fee. Sign up fees. Is that crazy expensive? No, it's 250 bucks. And I'll quit reading the slide to you, but that's something that I wanted you to see, is that with us, it's easy. Here's another one. What is our annual fee? See, most brokerages, if not every other brokerage that I know of, charges a monthly fee. Some charge a monthly fee plus a franchise fee on top of that. At Real, guess what? Our monthly fee, yeah, $0. In fact, you could go this whole year, and I don't recommend this at all, because you won't be eligible for all the awards since you didn't complete something award worthy, right? But like you could go the whole year and not sell real estate. And if you do that, you're not paying anything a month. The way Real makes its money is it's $750 a year, and it's paid for from your first 3 transactions. They take out, I guess it's 250 bucks on your first 3 transactions. In other words, Real Broker doesn't get paid unless they help you make money. See the shift here? We're a company that believes the company should work for the agents, not just the agents work for the company. And in fact, in our company, I own the company. So that's something else that I love right there, is that I don't pay monthly fees. I don't have to give the company anything until the company gives something to me first. And as an investor, I get up to 3 personal transactions per year, and all I have to pay is a $250 transaction fee. Um, yeah, I take full advantage of that, guys. Massive, massive advantage. Now let's talk about teams commission, or at least I'm going to put this up here. For those of you that are interested in the team, I suggest we hop on a separate call to talk about teams. It's a white label service, but you can see right there. I mean, the team structure, a 12K leader cap and a 6K member cap. Pretty simple. Great splits, low caps, low fees. So a little bit about the pre-cap stock purchase plan. I want to kind of throw this out there, and that is agents are able to set aside, they're not required to, but you're able to set aside a portion of your commission as an investment to be used for purchase of Real shares. Um, so before cap, you can do up to 5% and receive a 10% bonus. You don't have to. I know several agents that don't, but again, that's what I love about this is you're not required. You have options. You have options. So I like to say it like this: you deserve to be an owner in your company. At Real, every milestone is for you. So close your first deal, you get stock. You cap, we give you more ownership in the company. Bring in an agent, more ownership. Uh, Help a performer get to the top of their game, more ownership. The harder you're willing to work, the more that you're doing becomes a long-term financial gain. And that's important. That's how our agents go from transactional workers to equity owners. Huge culture shift, huge culture shift. All right. So I've talked a lot about stock. I'm going to kind of move forward because some of you'll go, oh, it's stock, stock, everything's stock. Oh, no, no, no. We're getting to the cash part, which is way more than this. But I just want to point this out there that as real estate goes up and as our company, because we're a newer company. So as our company goes up, why are we all so excited about our company climbing up into the top of the NASDAQ? Because I own stock, baby. It's not just this. Like my wealth is growing as the company does better. So I want to tell everybody about it. And there's the post cap too. I'm going to keep going because I could get stuck in that for days because there's so much good stuff there. Elite Agent Production Award. Here's what elite is when you've capped, all right. And then you've done 6K in post cap transaction fees. So basically, when you've reached cap and done about halfway more, you can then become an elite agent. And there are some cultural things that you do because at us, we believe that making money is not enough. You have to make money, but then you're responsible to reach around to somebody behind you and bring them up here. What am I doing today on this thing? I am doing culture. Why? I want to bring more people with me. Why? Because I want to be elite. And we believe that being an elite agent is more than just making money. It's more about look at me. A true elite agent, it says, I see you. Let me bring you up to where I'm at. That's what we do at Real. And also our company incentivizes that with an extra 16,000. Let that sink in. All right, I'm going to keep going because I could get stuck in these awards and it's a lot. Like we got bonuses for days. Now, uh attracting agents. That's important. Like every time we attract as of June the 2nd, like $12,000 cap, there's 75 shares. 6,000 cap, 35 shares. But I want to get to this slide right here. Let's talk about revenue share because this right here is what changes lives. Revenue share is not some gimmick. It's not profit share. That's different. Profit share is your office made a whole bunch of money, but your broker, without your permission, because you don't own it, the franchise owner owns it, right? They might have bought a copier. Well, that when they paid that $7,000 for that copier, you didn't get any money, right? Because they made a choice that you had no difference. The only thing that shared is the profit. Revenue means we pay our agents before anything else happens. Revenue is the top. That's why that matters. Profit share, revenue share, no. My first question any place I go to is am I getting profit or am I getting revenue? Because I want to determine my future. I want to be in control. All right. So you help build the company and the company builds you. You can build a second stream of income that pays you whether you're on vacation, at your kid's baseball game, or sleeping. We're not paid recruiters at Real Broker. I know some other places have that perception that they're paid recruiters, but if you join Real Broker today and you sell no houses, I make no money. And in fact, some of those pyramid schemes out there, a pyramid scheme is when somebody pays you to join their company and then somebody makes some money and nothing was sold. Run far, far, far away from that. But at Real Broker, you can come in and the company incentivizes people and helps us to build culture. So let me explain what that works. Remember when I told you that Real Broker was an 85-15 split, and I made you a commitment when we started this that 85% of your commission was yours, and it still is. Throw that to a side. That's your money. That is your money. Nobody can touch it. The 15% that's Real Broker's part, this is what I love. Real goes, you didn't just close deals, you're an owner and owners deserve to be compensated like the owners. And the more stock you own, the greater the owner you are, the more you get compensated. And that's what we're talking about with revenue share. So if you look over here, tier one agents, that means people that I have brought into the company. In fact, if I invited you to the meeting, I'm hoping that if you join Real, you're going to count for my tier one, and I'm going to help you create tier one. Because Real Broker is not out having to get people to join. That's what I'm doing here today, right? I mean, it just makes sense. They're not having to advertise all over TV. $35,000 agents, and you've probably never seen a Real Broker ad on TV. You didn't have to because we're fired up, excited about it. So, anyways, I get 5% of the cap, or excuse me, a 5% of Real Brokers portion of a commission. That 15% I get as the sponsoring agent for everyone that I brought in, I get 15%. So let me let that, or 5%, let me let that sink in. So I've got one of my main men, Dakota Oshley. Dakota, if you're out there, I love you, brother. Dakota is an incredible agent. the outdoor agent. You should go check him out. When Dakota closes a deal, he gets his 85%, and a real broker out of a real broker's percentage, all right, sends me 5% as a thank you for bringing him in, for helping. I like to call, I like to, and I don't use the word mentor because he's such a great agent, but like we have a pretty tight knit, pretty close group. That's what's great. Then when Dakota sponsors an agent, you get the idea, 4%, then 3%, then 2%. Now, again, this doesn't last forever. 10 people down is not a pyramid. I don't keep making money because there would be no money, right? The money's gone at that point. But like that's what this tier one, tier two, tier three, tier four, tier five, that's what you're looking at right here. And there's a lot of power in that because I can make a ton of money. In fact, in tier one, I can make up to $4,000. Now, it's not unlimited, right? Because remember, when Dakota caps, he keeps 100% of his commission. Real's not, there's no more for real, which means there's no more for me. So it's not unlimited because once you get to 100%, you're at 100%. That's what I love about this. This right here has single-handedly changed my life because now I can be on a beach somewhere doing something. And as my organization is successful, I still have income. If I got sick and went to the hospital, but my organization is still closing deals, there's still money coming in to provide for my family. Maybe at some point down the road, I want to come out of production a little bit and I want to be a coach and I want to be a mentor. Right now I love being in production. I love closing deals. I love the hunt, baby. Love it. But down the road, most agents, if they quit going to work, they quit making money, except for the guys at the tip top that are the franchise owners. But not in my business. I could quit going to work tomorrow and I'd still have income because of my rev share. And I think that that's the single most exciting thing. Now, just to throw some numbers out there, 5 agents, that cap, that's $20,000 a year. I love it when someone looks me up, they go, I closed more properties than you. And I'm like, yeah, but I had $20,000 that I didn't have to do anything for. I have more time than you, and I have money that you didn't know about. I got to come off this thing. Man, I could preach. I get so excited about it. Additional benefits that really just became available. Co-sponsor. So for some of you out there, maybe just maybe you have a couple people that have spoken with you, or this is what I do. I've got an agent that I've sponsored in another state, right? Actually, a couple agents. So I partner with someone, I co-sponsor with that person because I want them to have the benefit of all of our group's wisdom and knowledge, but also someone in their state. Because again, at Real, we believe we're stronger when we work together. So I might frontline, I don't get 5%, I get 2.5%. That's okay. Because here we've created a culture of making it work. And that co-sponsorship, I now have the ability to bring in agents for my rev share all over the United States and Canada. At your franchise office, you probably, in your market center, as some groups call it, you probably only have a system that works for agents that are right there with you, or you only get maybe $6,000 and then you get nothing else, or maybe you only get $1,000 per agent and then it stops. See, my rev share, I get it every year as long as they're within Real Broker. We already talked about stock purchasing. Willable revenue share. If I die tomorrow, I've created something that I can live my kids. I've created something at my brokerage, this business that I own, that I can give to my family. And that's pretty huge to me. I got to be honest with you. It's one of the single greatest parts about this. Now, there's more things. I'm going to move a little bit quickly because I want to be very respectful of our time. Leo Copilot is our AI. While everybody else is Googling or always having to call their person, we have AI because we're a tech company. We're quick, we're agile. We have a wealth plan. Get with me or get with the agent that invited you there and ask them to open up Rezen and let them show you. But like we have a wealth plan. We have Real Wallet that's not just where our commissions can go to a bank account, but our commissions go to a bank account that we set a number that pulls out savings for taxes. Because Real is not just training you to make money, we're training you to be wealthy. We're training you to be a business owner and not just the person at the top, but everyone in the organization. Real Signature. I know some people have DocuSign, but the thing I like about Real Signature and all of these is, again, all of them are on a single platform within my palm of my hand, my cell phone, every one of them. So you overcome challenges by becoming better. That's something that John Maxwell said. So I want to point this in here because I think it's important. Every agent needs someone in their corner, not just in the beginning, but throughout the journey. Look, even Michael Jordan had a coach. Tiger Woods had a coach. At Real, you get daily live training from top producers. But with us, you really kind of get something much more, something more unique. There's investing mentorship here. There's wealth coaching, systems, strategy, accountability, partnerships. We don't just teach you how to sell homes, not phones. That'd be weird. We don't just teach you how to sell homes. We teach you how to build something that will outlive you. Now, I like to show this slide just that this is my sponsor here. He's absolutely incredible. I want to introduce you to him. I hope we can hop on a call. This is TJ McGraw. TJ is absolutely fantastic. TJ actually leads the Real Estate Agent Collaborative Network, the Agent Mind podcast, and he's got some pretty cool things coming up next year that was going to blow your mind. This guy packs hundreds of agents in a room, but when you talk to him, you're going to find out that he's the most humble person that you've ever met. And I'm proud to say, I don't pay him a dime, and he's my coach. I don't have to pay him. Real Broker pays him. Everybody else paying. I don't have to. He's my coach, and it costs me nothing. Investment coaching. You'll see the room there. That's Dealmaker Atlanta. Me, along with a partner of mine, Eric Vogel, we host a huge investment group, one of the largest and fastest growing. And we coach people that want that on being a bet. By the way, I don't even have to sponsor you. We don't care about that. Again, we're stronger when we move together. And so we do a lot of folks that are wanting to really get in the game to buy what they're selling. Team builder masterminds. There are live masterminds, groups, and trainings going on all the time. And we haven't even begun to scratch the surface of Real Academy that has hundreds and hundreds of trainings from elite agents above that are trying to give back to their groups. And Real has put them in a single platform on your phones. Other brokerages, they have these training groups, but you can't have it unless you're on that team or you're in that famous last name group. But not at Real. We have a rule that if any one of our elite agents create a training that's high value, they have to give it to every single person in the brokerage, whether they sponsored them not or not, because that's our culture, guys. That's our culture. So I'll go through just a couple quick objections and then we're going to hop off this call today. And then hopefully we can follow up and talk more because the purpose of this wasn't to give you all the answers. It's just to spark your curiosity. Objection number one is maybe you like your broker. And I want to point out that I have not dogged on any broker. I have a huge amount of respect for broker. I have friends at Metro Brokers. I have friends at Remax. Look, Gary Keller with Keller Williams wrote the book, A Millionaire Real Estate Agent, not even with our broker. You should read that book. It's absolutely incredible, and I love it. It's okay to love your broker. And if you love them and you watch this today and this is not for you, I want to encourage you to stay with your broker. There's nothing wrong with that. And I hope that we can partner together on some deals and be great friends and be good colleagues. Um, I just want to point out the difference. In other places, you like your broker. In my place, my broker is a partnership, but we both own the company. That's a big difference. Most people in those other groups, they don't own the company. They can get profit share, but in mine, I own the company. I own it just like my broker owns it. So my broker is there to assist me and guide me and provide value to me. Also, through our Rezen app, I have 24 access to my broker and designated broker team because we don't have offices around our state that are in competition. We are one real broker office for our state, and all of us move together. And through our tech, that's a whole separate thing that we really need to show you if you're interested. We are all connected. See, I choose my future. I choose my future. Number two is you believe that you need a local office. The reality is that 90% of all transactions today are no longer closed in an office. Um, I was working on a commercial transaction once, and they wanted to meet in an office. So we have a place called Trilla Studios. It's where a lot of the Marvel movies were shot. It's huge. It's a beautiful place. And they have a WeWork, whatever, rented an office, closed an office. That's happened one time in 3 years that I need to close a deal in an office. That deals don't happen in offices, guys. We're cloud-based. I can get into anyone. In fact, we should do something. We should meet at my house and let's see who can get to our broker the fastest, me or you. I did that one time, and that's how I sponsored him. I thought, that's great. You think you can get to your broker faster? Let's see. And I literally go, here it is. That's the power. You feel like maybe you feel like there's no connection or community. We have groups that meet all over the place that meet live and in person. I know I'm in Atlanta. Man, our team, Real Agent South, shout out to all of you people out there. We're together all the time. Um, Objection. I don't want to be a recruiter. Great, don't. I don't recruit, I attract. Hopefully today you've noticed in this presentation, I'm proud of what we do and I'm telling you about it. But at the end of the day, if you choose to stay or go in a different direction, that's okay. I still celebrate that. I'm here for you. It's great. It's not going to stop what we're doing. We're moving forward, and I still want to help you at your brokerage too, because I'm not in the business of trying to recruit. I want to attract. I want to become a great person, and then maybe one day you'd want to partner with that person. And I understand that the best way to sponsor agents is to become the person that we think that real estate agents should be. So that's what we're about. So I want you to know when you come here, there are no paid recruiters. If you join, you're watching this, you join real, I get no money for it. In fact, unless you're closing prop deals, nobody gets paid any money. So there's no paid recruiters here. Uh, Objection support. I kind of already touched on this. You feel that because, I don't know, you're not in that big, expensive high-rise office, there's no support. Actually, we have 24/7 support and probably the fastest compliance support that you will ever see. Every document I submit, dear Lord, is reviewed by three different people really quickly and is done within hours, most of the time just minutes. And it's super quick. I have way more support. I have legal support. I have legal counsel. There's so many people that I have. Um, the issue for me is not figuring out how to get in touch with someone. It's figuring out which one of these people I want to call. So there's that. Now, four streams of the four streams framework. I want to drop this on you. Number one is commission, 85/15. Uh, Number two, we covered is stock options, and it's a lot of stock options. A lot of stock options. Number three is revenue share. And there are some of us that we're getting to the point now where revenue share is becoming a massive stream of income. I was explaining to someone the other day that thanks to revenue share, I make more money than they do, and I close only 50% of the houses that they do because now I'm starting to see myself as 50% house closer and 50% mentor, support the agents that I bring into the business. Isn't that the culture that we want? And we still get paid the same amount. Frankly, we get paid more money to do it that way because culture matters. Culture matters. And fourth, we briefly touched on, and that's investing. To kind of get back to how I started, my wife and I built $1 million, and we did it in 3 years. And we were able to jumpstart way ahead of other people because Real Broker taught us how to build wealth, not just make money. You can make money working at, Burger King. Granted, most real estate agents make way more money than that, and most real estate agents can never retire because they spend it so fast. They don't know what to do with it. And we have a system that we can help you to become an investor if that's something that interests you. If it's not, don't do it. If you don't care about stock options, don't do any of them. Um, I can't say, I mean, technically, if you don't care about commission, don't sell a house and don't pay a fee. We don't, at Real, it's not our game. We want everybody here to actually contribute. But hey, I mean, there it is. So our story that we kind of covered is pretty simple. We generated some money. Revenue share has changed our lives. We're growing stock in a top company, and we've 10x'd our commission growth. The previous company, I had to sell more houses to make the same amount of money I make here. But here's the most important thing to me, and it's in that picture right there. That's my family, my beautiful wife, who, if you hang around JRB Dream Team long enough, you're going to know her more than me because she's absolutely incredible. She just knows I talk a lot, so she lets me make videos. That's my awesome daughter. I'm so proud of her. And that's my son Nathan. I miss him. He's just gone off to college, and I wish he'd come back because when he's not home, it just breaks my heart. And that's my youngest. That's Jeremy. That little boy right there is the reason I got into this industry 3 years ago because I found out near 40 that I had another one, and I wanted to live my life differently. I didn't want just money. I wanted time. And that's what Real Broker has given me. It didn't just give me money. It gave me time. Revenue share gave me time. That's what I wanted. And that's my why right there. And that's what we teach to um, in our brokers. So I want to say this, what will be your story? I understand that my motivations are my motivations. Your motivations probably are different, right? And that's okay. Maybe actually you're very motivated by money. Well, go back and look through this because you're going to make way more money. Or maybe your motivation is you want to build a team. Let us introduce you to some of the mega teams in Real Broker. Or maybe right now you have an office of agents. You are a broker at another brokerage. Let me show you how have a white label service where you can bring your whole team over and then set up that revenue share within your organization. We have so many different options, so many different plans. Maybe you don't want to invest. Maybe you want to grow your sphere of influence. Maybe you're really into digital marketing. It, none of that, it all matters, but there's not one better than the other. It's what's your story going to be? And I hope that's what you took out of this today is that we want you to know what your story is. See, this is your moment. You've been working hard. You've done everything that you need to do. But deep down, you might know that you were created for more. And hopefully today, I'm sure in this 30 minutes, we didn't answer all your questions, but I wanted you to know there's a path to be more, to do more, to see more. Um, Real, I believe, is not your salvation in real estate. If you do nothing, you will still make nothing. People say, I want a coach, they get a coach and they don't do what the coach says. So it's not the savior of the real estate universe, but it does give you the model. It creates the opportunity. See, it's going to give you the mentorship. It's going to give you the systems. And together we can build a life that we're all chasing. So here's your next step. It's simple. If you watch this and you made it this far, I want you to book a one-on-one call with whoever brought you here. If it was me, I know I have a lot of you watching this video. Let's get together and let's have a one-on-one call. We don't recruit. I'm not selling Real Broker to you. That's not what I'm here to do today. But I would love to talk with you about what are your goals. To go back to this slide, I want to know what your story is so we can figure out if that aligns in here. That's important. And maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. I don't know. But that's the purpose of the one-on-one call. We want to help you design your wealth plan that functions for your life because we believe step by step we do great things together. So this is your time, and it's a decision that you can be proud of to get to your next level. Now, we want you to follow up with the Real Broker agent that invited you. If you're not sure what to say, just send them an email or a text message right now that just says, hey, I saw that video from Josh. He's a goofy looking dude, but yeah, okay, I'm curious. I don't know if I want to do this, but I want to learn more. That's all you got to do. If you're with me, you do the same thing. Just shoot me an email at josh@jrbdreamteam.com and just say, hey, Josh, saw your video. Maybe, maybe not. I'm all in, or let's talk more. And that's all good. And we can help you get signed up if that's what you want to do. It's really easy. Or talk about something else. We want to help you 10x your growth. We want to help you build your brand. We want to help you write a story. And most importantly, we want to help you write your story. So thank you for being here today, and I look forward to talking with you.